Hey guys, and welcome back to Tremor Trails. Every time I get to a trailhead, the first thing I do is air down my tires. And for a year now, I've been using a valve stem removal tool. Really simple. I go to each tire and air it down. Of course, I gotta have my wife screaming what the tire pressure is, or my buddy, and it's a little bit of a nuisance. I ran across a product that makes that obsolete. This thing makes it so easy to air down your tires, it's stupid. Now, of course, it's been around for a long time and it's huge in the Jeep community. I, however, don't have any Jeep friends, so I'm just learning about it. So for you other 5 guys that don't know about this product, let me introduce you to Staun's Tyre Deflator. Let's go talk about it.
Start the clock!
I love that I'm constantly learning about overlanding, even though I've been doing it for a little bit now. I'm still a baby when it comes to all of the cool products and all of the ways that make your life simpler, and this is one of those things. The way I came across this product was simple. I was out on a trail, I saw somebody else using it, and I was like, what is this magic that you have right here? Because I've never seen anything like it. Maybe I've just been living under a rock, I'm not sure. But nonetheless, these Staun Tyre Deflators are incredible. Now, the old way of airing down my tires is simply perfect. You can get a valve stem removal tool for like $6, ain't a big deal. But what I inevitably always find is when I'm at a trailhead, getting ready to go do an overlanding trail or something, there's always other things that I need to do. Whether it's put a camera up, or I need to get a drink, or me and the wife need to talk about something really quick. This product simplifies the whole issue of airing down. Using the Staun Tyre Deflators is super easy. It couldn't get any easier. All you do is you screw it down onto your valve stem and you're done. Essentially, by the time you get back around the truck from installing the first one, your air pressure is almost down to its set gauge. The way these things work are super simple. There is a spring in here and you set it to the set PSI that you want. I typically air down to around 20 for most applications, and then after a couple miles, that air pressure will build back up to around 22. When you get it from the factory, it already comes preset at 18 PSI. To get to the perfect PSI each time without having anything to do except screw this thing in was a game changer for me.
Now, they make 4 different models of this. The original being the one that probably most everybody's going to want if you're doing Overlander. That goes from 6 to 30 PSI and it's preset to 18. They also make a light duty, which is 0 to 10 PSI. That's going to be more for bead lockers and extreme stuff. And the other 2 are heavy duty, preset to 35 PSI, and camper trailers. They actually make 4 at 15 to 30 PSI and 2 at 15 to 55 PSI. So as you can see, pick the right model, but probably the original is going to be the best for most people.
There's also a couple little tricks that are really cool that I'll show you here in a fast second, how you can air down even past 15 PSI if you want.
Okay, so it's really simple to set these. What you have is you have a counterclockwise mechanism and you have a little lock ring right here. What you do is once you set your tire to the pressure that you want it to be set at, you simply screw this on and you'll start to hear air coming out. All you do is you clockwise to where you want it to stop at. You want to do that pretty quick so you don't lose more pressure. And then you take the little lock ring and you back it back up. So counterclockwise and clockwise. It's as simple as that, as getting your air pressure set to go down the same pressure each and every time. Another thing that I loved about this is that if you're in deep sand or there's a reason that you got to get lower pressure and you don't want to reset the whole thing, you don't have to. All you got to do is simply pull this pin right here, and that pin will continue to let air out of the tire. So if you want to get down to 10 PSI or whatever, you can do that.
One thing that you need to pay attention to with these, however, though, is that when you take them out of the case and you're walking around your tires, the #1 rule is treat them like gold. Do not let them fall down into the dirt or sand, because if that happens, you get some stuff around these O-rings and valves and you're going to get crud in here and they're not going to work for you. The only way to fix that is to completely disassemble the whole unit and clean it out. And make sure that your valve stems are super clean as well. Which leads me to, of course, the simplicity. Make sure you have good caps on your valve stems and make sure your valve stems are not threaded wrong. If you do those 2 things, you're not going to have a single issue with these. Now, just like everything in the world, there are tons and tons of knockoffs of these things. What I've found out is that the knockoffs are junk. Some of them work sometimes, some of them don't also. My philosophy in life is always go with the original people that did the patent and figured out how these things work, because they're the ones that have the most R&D on it. So price-wise, they are a little pricey if you don't see the value in them, but once you use them once, you're gonna see the value, I guarantee it. Knockoffs are gonna be way cheaper, but make sure that you get the Staun Tyre Deflators, the original ones from Australia. They've been using them for years and years and have figured out how to make these things effective and work each time, which brings me to longevity. I don't have a lot of time on these yet, but when I was researching them, I read several different people that said they are still using their original set years and years later doing overlanding and off-roading. So I think that's kind of speaking for itself as far as how well these little things hold up. Okay, so there we have it, the Staun Tyre Deflators. Once again, guys, make sure you buy the real one. Those knockoffs are probably gonna be more of a headache. Of course, it's your money, not my money. They are a little bit pricey, but for what they are, I have been thoroughly impressed by them so far. If you have any questions or comments, hit me up down below. I will do my best to answer it for you. And until next time, guys, we hope to see you out there on the trails. Bye.